my channel. In today's video, we're going to be playing in some new makeup and creating this look. I feel like it's a very soft but glamorous look. So I'm filming this video before New Year's Eve. My goal is to have it edited and up before New Year's Eve, in which case it would be a great New Year's Eve look. If you're someone that likes some glam but likes soft lines, you could certainly alter this by adding some darkness in the outer corner and some false lashes if you want to take it up a notch. But I am playing with a lot of new makeup. I have some new lipsticks from Dior. The Fenty gloss is new to me. A new concealer by Josie Maran. Well, new to me. Keep in mind, these are all new to me products. A Makeup Forever blush. Just a lot of new products that I recently picked up. So yeah, I thought I would just play with my new products and film a tutorial. So let's go ahead and get started. So last night I was reorganizing my beauty room. I don't know, I feel like with the new year I kind of wanted like a new space. And so anyway, I was throwing things out, cleaning up stuff, throwing old makeup away, kind of sorting through PR that I've received that either I want to save for a giveaway or that I need to use. And I found this box from Sigma, and it was like Christmas all over again. This brush set was in it. It's the Premium Professional Kit. It comes in this big, beautiful binder, and then you open it, and it's like, let me show you what comes in here. So it's got like a row of face brushes here, some eye brushes. Oh, here, I'm out of frame. And then you open it, and there's another whole row of brushes. Tons of face. It's pretty much every brush that you could need. So we are going to play with these today. I am so excited. How many brushes come in here? 11, 15, there's 15 brushes on here. So we're going to use these today. I've got lots of new makeup to play with. I would say like more than half of the products I'm going to use today are brand new products that I have never used. A lot of them are still in boxes. I went to Sephora last night and had some fun. Okay, let's get started. So I don't have anything on my skin except moisturizer and eye cream. I don't have any primer or anything. I think I'm going to skip primer today. I'm going to use the Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation. This is a great long-wearing foundation. And I'm using the IT Cosmetics foundation brush. I didn't see a foundation brush in the Sigma set that I like the style of. I'm kind of picky with my foundation brushes. I really like these dome rounded kabuki brushes. I'm not a fan of like the really flat kabuki style brushes. I just like these really rounded ones. And I need to wash this. I can tell it's really like full of makeup and not as soft as it should be. So I want to thank everyone for the amazing support on my, it was my 2018 Best in Beauty, but I announced BK Beauty and I talked about the shirts and I got so many sweet comments. Thank you guys so much. So many sweet DMs, and I just want to thank you guys so much. Your support seriously means more than I can put into words, and I'm so grateful. Thank you. My skin is definitely a little drier today. This weather is just like, my skin like changes so much when the weather changes. I've also been drinking, I feel like, more caffeine the last week and wine, and that definitely will dehydrate your skin. Just dehydrate your body, you know? So next I'm going to apply my concealer, and the shade that I bought is light. I feel like it's always hard to tell in Sephora stores how things are going to translate. It's definitely going to be a lighter, brighter concealer, but the one that was a shade up from this, I felt like was probably actually a good match to my skin tone, but I want it to be a little bit lighter, so I decided to go with this one. It looks like I'm applying a lot, but I'm keeping it pretty sheer, and I'm hoping that this concealer is a bit more creamy and hydrating. I applied my eye cream probably about 45 minutes ago, so it definitely has absorbed into my skin. There really wasn't much of a slip there. Okay, well that's nice. It blended in really easily, and I think the color looks really good. It definitely offers some brightness, but it doesn't look too white or stark, so I think this was a good match. Okay, so now that we have foundation and concealer on, and to set everything, I'm going to use the IT by Pores Loose Powder, and I'm going to use this brush by Sigma. It is the tapered face brush. It's the F25. I really like the shape of this brush. It's clearly very tapered here, so it has a pointier tip, and the bristles are shorter as they get out here to the outside of the brush, so it's really nice for face. It's also big enough to where it gives some good coverage, but it's I don't want to say small enough because it's not small, but it's shaped well enough, I feel like it's not too big. So you can really kind of use this for under the eyes if you want, but it also works well all over the face. Okay, let's give some dimension to the face. I'm going to be using the Marc Jacobs Tantastic Bronzer. This was in my Best of Beauty, as well as the IT powder was in my Best of Beauty. I'm going to use the Sigma Large Powder F20 brush. It's just a big, fat, kind of flat, crimped brush. It's a good shape for bronzer, so I'm just going to go and kind of sweep this on my cheeks. So if you were just learning makeup or have questions about brushes, I did a really comprehensive video on brushes and kind of like how they are made and what the different source of fibers, how that affects the way it applies your makeup. I'll link that video down below for you, but I am going to do a follow-up video to that video where I'm going to share with you kind of my favorite brushes of all times. That video was more to just kind of educate you on how brushes are made and how certain fibers pick up product and apply product, but I didn't really get too specific on which ones are my favorite, so I plan to do that video soon. I don't really know how I feel about this brush. It's nice and soft and I like the shape, but I don't know that it's applying the product as evenly as I would like, although I haven't washed these, so to be fair, you really should wash your brushes when you first get them because sometimes they need a good wash to kind of remove anything that might be on the fibers to kind of ship them or prepare them. I need to wash these and then I can form an opinion. I like the first one I used a lot. So for brows, I'm just gonna comb them and brush them with this spoolie, and then I'm just gonna fill in just certain areas of my brows with my NYX Precision Brow Pencil. I have microblading, but it's kind of wearing off right here and I don't have any hair there, so I'm just gonna kind of go and fill that in a little bit. And then I'm going to use a new product to me. It's not a new product, but it's a new product to me that I've been wanting to try for so long. And my sweet sister-in-law was my secret Santa this year, and she got it for me, so I'm so excited. It's the Glossier Boy Brow Gel. She also got me this Kendra Scott ring. She did well. When I learned she was my secret Santa, I was excited because she knows exactly what I like. She's my sister-in-law, but she's also like one of my best friends. Okay, so I've just kind of filled that in really natural, and then I'm going to take the Glossier Boy Brow. She got me the shade Brown, which I think is a good match, and I'm just going to fill this in. It definitely deepens the brows a little bit. I probably could go a shade lighter, although this one works. Like, I'm not saying this is too dark, but I think I could also get away with going one shade lighter. So now that the brow hairs are in place, I'm going to go and apply my eye makeup, and I'm going to start by priming my eyes. I'm just using the Milani eyeshadow primer. This is one of my favorites. Apply it all over the lid. Sheer it out a little bit. I love this palette. You get 12 shades in it. I've played with it a little bit, but I haven't played with it too much. So we're going to go in with this shade Matter of Fact, and I'm going to dust this all over the eyelid. And I'm using the E35 tapered blending brush to apply this. Okay. All right, next I'm going to go in and create my transition color, and I think I'm going to go in and use this shade right here, Downright. It's a matte, kind of mid-tone neutral with quite a bit of pink to it. And I'm just going to dust this in my crease back and forth. This brush does a nice job of applying kind of a defined crease. Even though it looks big and fluffy, it's got some stiffness to it, so it's going to kind of create more of that defined crease. But you can definitely blend it out and get like soft edges. But it's not really as soft as like the MAC 224 brush. So I'm just going to work that into my crease, and then I'm going to pull down to meet my lashes right here on the outer corner. I do like this brush because even though it's big, you have some control over where the product goes. Even though it's not like a real small, precise brush, it's stiff enough to where you do have control. So I decided I want to pull this over a little bit onto my lid. The next, I'm going to deepen it up a little bit. I'm going to take this color right here. It's called Truth Hurts. And we're going to add a little bit of this, I guess pretty much on top of that pink. I'm not going to cover the pink entirely. I do want you to see that pink kind of peeking through. But I want to warm it up a little bit and deepen it a tad. So I have decided that I'm really enjoying my natural lashes. When I removed my lash extensions a couple of months ago, I was really, because it took me forever to like kind of just do it, just because I've had lash extensions for so long and there's such a difference. It makes such a difference without them. But I can report that my eyes are more comfortable, and even though I don't have those big, long, thick, beautiful lash extensions, I feel like they're starting to grow back in, and I found some products to give me, you know, nice, long lashes, so I'm happy. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just kind of pressing the shadow on. I feel like this brush works better when I press it on. Okay, perfect. I do like this brush because I feel like you have some versatility. You can go back and forth to blend it out a little bit and sheer it, and you can also use it like almost like a basic shader brush by just pressing it onto the lid. Okay, then next I'm going to go in and I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to grab this Marc Jacobs eyeshadow that I bought yesterday. I never buy shadows like this that are super glittery and glitzy, just because they're not shadows that I wear too much, but I decided what the heck I was going to go for it. Sequins. Okay, so the shade is called Sequins, and the product is called Gleam Girl, I believe. But here's what it looks like. It's a really beautiful, beautiful jar, very luxury, high-end, like all of Marc Jacobs products are. Then you lift it and you have this little, what are these called? Little lids, I guess, to kind of keep the mess to a minimum. Loose, it's pressed in there actually. It is kind of pressed in there, but it's like a mix between almost like a loose powder and a pressed eyeshadow. But this is what you get. Let's try this. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to apply this on the center of my lid, and I'm just going to use my finger to apply this. Whenever I am working with really glittery, chunky shadows like this, I find that your finger is the best tool. And I think this probably would have looked good like layered on top of an eyeshadow if I had a pressed shadow that I wanted to apply first. But I almost wanted a kind of sheer, almost wanted like a sheer layer of this. Oh wow, this reminds me of my ring. Look at that. That's like almost exactly like my ring. How pretty. All right, I'm actually going to kind of switch gears and go to a small little brush. I don't know how this is going to work. We're going to try it. The tough thing with using a brush for a product like this is it doesn't really pick up the glitter very well. But I do want to get right here in that inner corner, and my finger is a little too big for that. I think I should have used an adhesive or something below to get it to stick more, but I'm going to move on. I'm going to go and apply some shadow, and I might go back to that. So I'm going to go into the palette. I'm going to grab this shade right here. It's up front. It's like a gold shimmery shadow, and I'm just going to apply that right here in the inner corners. I'm going to keep my upper lid liner free, but on the lower lid, I'm going to use one of the shadows from the palette to line my lower lashes, and I think I'm going to go in with this color TMI. It's this really nice, rich, kind of reddish cranberry matte shade. And I'm going to use the Sigma short shader. It's the E20 brush. And I'm just going to load up. So I'm going to load up the tip of this brush because that's really the part of the brush that I'm going to be working with. And I'm going to tap off the excess, and we're going to go and just kind of smoke out that lower lash line. So this definitely has some color to it, but it's not as dark as I expected it. It's just not as dark as I expected it. You can kind of build it and layer it to be a little deeper, but you do see like an intense color payoff. It's just not as deep as it looks in the palette, which is fine. It just takes a little bit of layering, and I might go back in with a darker shade on top of this. I want there to be a little bit more deep there since it is so red. I want it to be deep enough to where it doesn't make my eyes look red or sick, but just like real pretty. And okay, so I'm just gonna kind of smoke this out. So I'm going to go in and deepen this. I'm going to use this shade right here. It's the darkest shade in the palette. It's called Actually. And we're going to add a little bit of this just in the outer corner to kind of deepen this a little bit. I want you to see that punch of red, but I also want it to be deep enough. So we're just going to go right out here in the outer corner. I'm not going to take it all the way over. Just concentrate it on the outer half. Okay, perfect. Now I need to soften that a little bit because it's a little like stark there. So I'm just going to take the... Oh, that was not a good idea, actually. I grabbed the wrong brush. So I'm going to take the brush that I used in the crease, and I'm not adding any product to it. I'm basically just using whatever was on there, and I'm just going to kind of go over that lower liner to soften everything. Now let's get some mascara on here so things look a little bit more pulled together. I'm going to use the Dior Lash Primer. This has really saved my lashes since removing the lash extensions. This just takes your mascara up a couple of notches. It also is very conditioning to the lashes, so using this every day will improve your lashes over time. I love this. The one tip I do have with this is I find that it works better if you apply your mascara before it's had time to dry. So I work kind of quickly. If you're someone that works a little bit slower, then I would recommend doing your primer on one eye and then putting your mascara on and then going to the next eye. And this is the Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. So I've been using Grande Lash as my lash serum, and I use it every single night. If I get in bed and turn off my light and then realize I didn't apply it, I will get up out of bed and I will go apply it. I think that has really helped my lashes come back to life. I think it's been about 2 months that I removed them, so If you remember, they were in really bad shape right after I removed them. I mean, they were like pretty much non-existent. Perfect. So before I apply my lower lashes, I'm going to let that dry just so I don't make a big mess up top. Now for blush, I'm going to be using a new product. This is something that I bought last night. It's the Makeup Forever blush in the shade B302. So I'm just going to pop this on my cheeks. I'm using the same Sigma brush, the tapered face. This is a nice blush brush too. This blush does have some shimmer to it, but it's not too much. So next I'm going to apply my lipstick, and today I'm going to be using the Christian Dior Rouge Dior Ultra Rouge lipsticks. And they sent me 5 of them. Quite honestly, the shades are all shades that are a little bit out of my comfort zone. So I'm going to go with the most neutral shade. It is actually the one I just opened, and it is 325 Ultra Tender. More on the brownie side, not so much pink, which is what I typically go for. But I'll show you the other shades that were sent to me. This is the shade Ultra Radical, which is a really deep, like kind of currant color. It's actually really pretty. That one. These feel so creamy and lightweight. Like they're really packed with pigment and they feel really nice on the lips, but they're very lightweight. This one is the shade Ultra Poison. So this is the middle shade. So it's similar to the Ultra Radical, but it's got a lot more red kind of fuchsia tint to it. Really pretty. And what else do we have? Then we got some really bright, bold colors. This is the shade Ultra Kiss. I'm going to put this down here on the bottom. It's this bright kind of punchy coral color. Pretty. And then we got Ultra Fire. So this is like a really good like fire engine red. I'm going to put this right here on the bottom. So it's right there. Really pretty. But we're going to go with a more neutral one because I do want to lay that Fenty gloss on top. And I think that's like the best one to pair with that gloss. These are really nice. They're so creamy and pigmented, but very lightweight. I was reading that they have up to a 12-hour wear. Really impressive because they don't feel like a long wear lipstick does. Typically long wear lipsticks feel a little bit more drying. These feel extremely hydrating. So that's pretty. It's just kind of like a beigey nude lip color. I am going to put the Fenty gloss on top of it. This is the Gloss Bomb Universal Lip Luminizer. I think they have 3 shades of this, and I've almost bought this so many times. Every time I hesitate, it's because my Milani Keep It Full glosses I feel like are the perfect dupe for this. But I was just in one of those moods last night when I was at Sephora last night and said, I'm just going to go for it. So I got the shade Fussy. It also comes in like a shade that's more nude, kind of similar to this lipstick. And then it comes in like a opalescent shade. They smell really good. They have like this sweet scent to it. Okay, so it didn't really change the color of my lipstick too much at all. It definitely added a high shine. I think if I were wearing a more pink color on my lips, it would enhance a little bit, but it really didn't change it too much. So nice. So I do like these. These are amazing. Are they better than my Milani Keep It Full? I don't know if I would say that they are better. They are definitely as good as my Keep It Full Milani lip glosses. Will I pick up the other 2? Probably. They're really, really nice. All right, you guys, that wraps up this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I'm happy with the way that it came out. I feel like it's glitzy and glam, but still very soft. There's no hard lines. It's very kind of soft and angelic. You could certainly kind of glam this up even more by adding a darker color in the outer corner, some false lashes, maybe some highlight on the face. That would definitely take it up a notch or 2. But if you're someone that likes a little bit of glam but still wants everything to be soft and soft lines, I feel like this is a good look that accomplishes that. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!